Hi, Goni, can you hear me? I cannot hear you.
Yes, hello.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so we can also hear you. We still have some time, so don't worry. You can just relax.
Okay, good.
There will be Kasia. She will be the moderator, so she will introduce you. And the procedure is as follows: that you will see the moderator during your presentation. The presentation will be right here, displayed for the audience. The audience is sitting over there. So we are going to do it that way. All right.
How good. I wanted how many are they? Because I wanted them to do something practical. I want them to evaluate some work we've done.
Okay, I guess that 20, but this is my educated guess.
Okay, 20, which means
maybe less, maybe more. We will see. They still have like
say
about 10 minutes. Yeah, so
approximately 5, let's say, by group. So about 4 groups.
Okay.
And where can I upload the files? I would like them to look at some worksheets.
Okay, so we can do it that way, that I will make you the host of the meeting.
Yes, okay.
Okay. So now you're the host and you can share the screen, you can share the materials, and the audience will see it right here.
Okay, the thing is that
you have some other materials.
Yes, so it will be a sort of different material.
Okay, so you can send the materials to my mail and I will just distribute them.
Okay,
among the participants.
I'm going to send the same the email with the Zoom link, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on a second, I'll just go and grab my computer, okay?
Okay, yes.
Okay, Goni, I got your mail. There are like 4 files, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So if it's 20 people, then they can be 3 or 4 in each group.
Okay, all right.
Or 5 approximately. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we'll see what the final number will be, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Is anyone else, has anyone else joined online, or is it just me?
No, just you, because
oh my God.
Yeah, we are on site, and this is only the exception because Utah is sick. That's
because
why
you have
taken over. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Okay, Goni, I've just sent the materials and I also included your email. So if you could just check that you have received that.
Not yet.
You should have them.
Yes, I've just received.
Yes, you got them. Okay, so it means that the rest also got them.
Good, good.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. And maybe I will also ask Katya to start her computer and she will turn the laptop to the audience so that you could see that actually people are there. I guess it's going to be more convenient to you. Okay.
Good. Yes, yes,
Right.
yeah, that's nice. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Ja lubię z tej strony. W kościele też zawsze z tej siedzę. Wczoraj żeśmy skończyli pisemne, a ustne wtorek. Drugi. Przecież nie będę się czyć. Na drugim.
Your name is Goni, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Because I can see Amalia. That's why I asked.
Let
But
me
no, it's okay. It's okay. Just I didn't want to,
let me
give a
rename it
wrong name.
because I know it's my avatar.
No. Okay,
okay.
perfect. Now I can see.
Yeah.
I didn't want to introduce a wrong person.
Yeah, it's okay.
And Athens, right? Greek.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
Hello,
are you?
David.
How
I'm
are you? Good to
okay.
see
How are
you.
you?
I'm very well. So
Yeah.
are you're not coming to Germany either, are you?
No,
No, you're
no,
not.
no, no.
Okay.
No,
So,
because things are a bit difficult at the moment. I have exams and other
yeah,
things.
no,
So
it might be difficult. But well, I hope we can meet sometime soon anyway.
I hope so.
In the near
I
future.
hope so too. Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
say hi, that's all.
Yes, good, good, good to see you, David.
All right, so okay, I think that we should start. Hopefully, all of us are not hungry anymore. So that's good. The weather is wonderful. We are not hungry, and I think that we can continue. Pardon? It shouldn't work. It's just working for the person who's over there. So you can hear me, right? All right. So good afternoon, Goni. Right. So we are connected with Athens. Greece this time. And well, we have changed a little bit the points of in our schedule because Goni is going to present IO2 instead of Utah, right? And the topic is sustainable writing skills for engineers. And this time, well, we are going also with workshops, not presentations. So we will be together more or less 1 hour. Okay. So Goni, the floor is yours. I think that we can hear you, and in case of any questions, I'll also give microphone to participants, right? The floor is yours.
Okay, thanks very much. Thank you. Thanks for, it's good to see, well, it's good to see you, I was going to say, but there you are. Okay, I can see some of you. Hello, everyone. Okay, good, good. Yes, 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 yes. Hello. Hi, hi. Good. I'm sorry I cannot be there. It's just a difficult time because I have exams at the moment, too many, and it's quite difficult to arrange them all. So that's why I cannot really be there. And not only myself, but Yuta, who was supposed to be there, is unfortunately not very well at the moment. She's got COVID, as you know. So I've stepped in. I hope I can do as good a job as she would have done. So forgive my if it's not very structured, because I didn't have a lot of time to prepare it. But what I would like to do is talk to you a little bit about what we have been doing, what the next steps are. Is everything okay? Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. So since the project is coming to an end, I would like to talk a little bit about how we started, how we slightly modified our original idea, the student feedback we got last week, which was really good, a really good experience and very much related to what we are doing. And at the end, ask you to work on some, since this was going to be a workshop from the beginning, to look at some student worksheets we have prepared which is really the main focus of our work the past few months, and discuss with you the worksheets and get your feedback, which would be really valuable for us. So I'm going to share the screen. Prepare the very, very short presentations before we look at the worksheet. So sustainable writing skills, you all know this. Sustainable, the idea originally, and the reason why we called it sustainable is because we wanted students to actually find this space and work with materials on a sort of not regular basis, but if they, especially students who would not have so many writing topics at their universities. So these students would be able to find not so much theory, but student work and some sort of checklists, something that would help students to receive feedback about their writing work. So the focus has always been on three things. One is to provide student work, and what this means is that there is the original focus of this part of badge was academic writing. So there is a lot, as we all know, there is a lot out there, both offline and online, on the theory of academic writing. So how were we supposed to do something on something more on academic writing? So what we thought, and what is, to our knowledge, not there at the moment, is sort of a space where students can see other students' work and instructor feedback in relation to that work. So these two areas, having student material and also some instructor feedback, were really two of the main areas of this part of badge. And so that would be the sort of student-oriented part, and the teacher-oriented part was going to be the lesson plans and the worksheets that were supposed to last for a semester. So this is a summary of how we envisioned the IO2. And so what we originally planned was to create a space where students could find other student work on specific genres. So they would understand, hopefully would understand, what a genre means, such as an abstract or the introduction section of a research paper to start with. And so what it means, how you can go about writing that, and also if providing some more examples of in that genre, and also instructor feedback. So students would then be able to find this, but this originally related only to academic writing. This was the main idea, that we would focus on just that. And then students could also find checklists, and they could use them as a run through of important points. So if, for example, as a student, I was going to write an abstract, I could use this website to say, tick, I've done this, I've done that, and so on. So they would get an overview of those important points they would have to keep in mind when writing a specific genre. Very soon after we started planning this, we thought that it would be a good idea to focus not just on academic writing, but also on other aspects of writing that would be helpful for what we called prospective and practicing engineers. And those things were tasks that were, for example, tasks about how to write a report, how to write a proposal, how to write a business email, or how to pitch for a product, or yourself, how to, for example, how to sell, in many quotes, yourself as an engineer when looking for a prospective engineer who is looking for work. So this is how we slightly modified our idea, and we created a website, which is really simply a prototype for us to see how this would work and if it worked at all, into two parts. One is the academic writing part, and the other is the perspective and practice and engineers part, which we grouped together, and we are actually planning to have as one area, because a lot of the reports or the writing material that prospective engineers are supposed to write, for example, material that relates to their CV, is also applicable to practice and engineers. So we are planning to merge the two areas together. And if you have any feedback on that later on in the discussion, it is very, very welcome. So that's how we slightly modified our work. And judging from what our students told us last week when we discussed it with them, it was actually a good idea, and it's very, very useful. I'm going to come back to the student feedback in a minute, which is this. So unfortunately, because of the pandemic, this feedback was supposed to be given to us last year, which would have been much better, because we would have been able to do much more work. I mean, we did test a lot of this material in our classes, but what we did in Athens last week was different, and it actually was very, very, very valuable, because Utah, together with 4 students from Hearts, came to Athens, and we had 4 students from Hearts and 11 students from NTUA. 10 students were from chemical engineering, and 1 student was from mechanical engineering. And the tasks students worked on, they were here for 3 days, and they worked mainly on the worksheets. And then on the last day, on the 17th, Friday, they worked on an evaluation of the website that I'm going to show you in a minute. We did look at it last year, but I think it would be good to look at it again. And I have to say that we both were, I mean, it's student feedback has always been a very important part of that, but when you actually see it in practice, and when you actually get students to collaborate instead of having students from one university, it just works extremely well. And we are both very, very glad that we managed to do it. The students were very, very willing to provide feedback, because I'm sure you all have this experience of getting student feedback, and they come in and they sit there and they give the minimum they can. And this time it was exactly the opposite. They were very, very good at providing feedback and working very well on the tasks we gave them. Some general comments from this work was that they really liked the idea of having a website like this. They thought the idea of having sort of checklists where they could quickly check some specific genres, especially those ones that are slightly more difficult, such as writing an abstract or writing the introduction section of a research paper, very useful, because these are things that I don't know about your university. I'm sure the situation is different, but NTUA students are not given the chance to work on academic writing a lot. And so they face this difficult situation in their last year, where they have to write the diploma thesis, and they have no idea what's handling sources means. Paraphrasing, plagiarism, all sorts of things are relatively unknown to them. So the material we've prepared is really aimed not just at these students, but also at these students like the students at NTUA who have minimal access to academic writing principles and sort of other written genres. So they did like the idea. One thing that was very interesting but difficult to incorporate at the moment is that they thought of this website as a website where ideally what they would like to have is some sort of a how-to do website, where somebody, an instructor at the other end, would be able to receive their texts and provide them sort of real-time feedback, which is obviously not going to happen. And I obviously didn't tell them this, but we are not going to do this. This is something I know that Katja has talked about badge 2. I don't think this is the right time to talk about this, but this is an idea that would be implemented in something like this, a badge 2 project. The next steps, what we are planning to do from now until the end of August, which is when the project ends, so probably the end of July, because we don't want to leave everything right at the last minute, but we would like to incorporate this, as much of the student feedback as we can, and to finalize the lesson plans and the worksheets we have created. And for that reason, what I would like us to do today is to actually look at some of those worksheets and to discuss them a little bit. So I've emailed you, and you all have I guess the worksheets that are the same as the ones we gave to our students. And what we would like is to look at them from the point of view of the teachers and to try to combine the two types of feedback together. So your task is to look at these worksheets and to think about these questions. How efficient are the tasks in order to teach the genre? And the genres are 4 things. One is writing an abstract. The other is writing the introduction section of a research paper. The third is synthesizing material from different sources. So teaching students who may or may not have had any instruction in synthesizing material from different sources. And the last task is personal branding, personal pitching from the perspective.
Connie, sorry for a short
Yes.
interruption. Just I would like to tell to our audience that you were sent email with materials, right? So if you've got it on your mobile phones, you can
Yes.
check.
Sorry, it's going to be a little bit awkward. Yeah, I apologize for that. But we can do what we can.
No, go on. Everything is okay.
It's okay. Good. Okay. So these 4 questions. Do you think these tasks are efficient in order to teach this particular genre? Are they easy to understand? Is the number of tasks adequate? Do we have too many? Do we have too few tasks? And are there any other issues, problems? Would you like to add anything? And something about, yeah, so these are the 4 main areas. And the other thing is, yeah, no, it's okay. Let's not talk about this now. So what I thought is we have 4 tasks, and it would be good to have, I don't know how many, I think, is it about 20, maybe 4 or 5 in a group to discuss. So 4 groups of 4 or 5 to discuss one worksheet. Would that work?
Groups, right? Can you please join somehow?
Personal branding. Who wants to take personal branding? I don't know. One group for personal branding. There's something else. And abstract. What avoiding, I don't know, that's avoiding plagiarism. That's the second tool. Then you have writing an abstract of a research article or introduction section of a research article. Make your choice. Abstract. Abstract. Okay. So who wants
Okay, we are trying to divide now into groups, right?
Yes, okay. And before we start working on the tasks, I wanted to very quickly show you the website that
All right, just a moment, okay? We're
yes,
trying
yes,
to
yes. So
split it.
now one, yep.
Goni, the question is, how much time do we have?
Yes. So shall we say 15 minutes?
15 minutes is okay?
15 minutes to discuss, to look at it, and then 10 minutes for discussion.
So it's what is left is
10,
Just a
15
moment,
minutes.
Goni, because they're still talking.
Yeah, okay. I know it's
Sorry.
it's a bit difficult without,
We'll do it, don't worry.
yeah.
All right, so well, let's, sorry. Please, let's listen to Goni, right? Because she has got some announcement for us, how to do it, how much time, and so on.
So before,
Goni.
yep, okay, thank you. So before start looking at the worksheets, I wanted to show you this prototype really we've prepared, which is divided into these areas. Plagiarism is the area where students get information, sort of very general information about what plagiarism is, what paraphrasing is, in a sort of question answer manner. Because there is so much out there in academic writing, we wanted to make this short with some examples here. It's the same in all three areas, summarizing a similar structure and citing a similar structure, some general information with examples. Then here they have the student work, which is these 4 areas that we have so far. First impressions means really this is, no, I'm not going to say it, sorry. We will talk about it at the end. It's the area where we are going to give students examples about how to sort of the general features of academic writing. Synthesizing is one of the worksheets, and sort of student answers together with feedback. Writing an abstract, the same thing. The task, student answers, and instructor comments. And peer review is, again, that's going to change. It's the introduction section of a research paper, some student feedback here, and student answers. My practice is where they're going to receive all the examples. So here they will have paraphrasing examples, and so the original text, the paraphrase, comment, and suggestion. So we've prepared 5 examples with paraphrases, comments, and suggestions. And these can be used by teachers as well, because there is always room for change. So this is something teachers can use as well in order to get students to redo it or do it in a different way. And similarly with summaries, student summaries and comments, again, 5 examples, and a synthesis. So original texts on the left, a student's synthesis and instructor's comments on the right. And then self-evaluation is where students get those checklists. So tick, have I done this when paraphrasing a text? Have I looked at all these points when summarizing, when citing, when writing an abstract, and so on? And the teacher's area, which contains the worksheets and evaluation criteria. teachers can use. So this is the prototype, and this is what we evaluated with students. So we are going to talk about it later on. So yeah, do you have any questions about the worksheet? Some of them are a bit long. They contain a lot of tasks because they also contain the original material from texts.
I cannot see any for the
No,
time being.
okay. So let's do this for the next 15 minutes. Yes, and leave the rest of the time for discussion and feedback. Now, if you would like to, how shall we do it? Would it be easier for
Well,
feedback?
I think that we can give quarter of time to 4 groups. We are already split it. And then if anybody would like to ask the question, we'll
Okay,
just leave this time for that. Is it okay, Goni, for
that's
you?
fine. Very good. Yes.
Okay, so 3:15, well, we'll be together, right?
Thanks very much. Good. Okay.
Okay, Goni, is it possible to show us the slide with questions?
Yes.
It would
of
be
course.
easier, right? Because I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that some of them have taken pictures,
Absolutely.
but not all of us.
Um,
Yeah. So let's leave the
Okay.
slide on.
Yeah,
Okay, this
good,
one.
good. Okay.
Okay, Goni, there is the question about the length of pitch activity.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
What is it?
the question is about the length of this activity, pitching activity.
The pitching activity is going. All of these are going to last for 90 minutes. They are supposed
1.5 hours.
1.5 hours. All of them. Yes. Sorry, it's in the lesson plan, the time, but not in the worksheet. Yes, they are all going to last for an hour and a half.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Question from the group. So is it going to be devoted for students of first cycle, second cycle, or what is the level? Masters, BA, well, PhD, what is the level students?
Okay, good. That's good. So it's not for masters, so PhD students. It's really for bachelor students who have not really been, now, either have not been taught academic writing at all before, or have done a little bit of academic writing. They can be adapted to the level of the students. For example, the synthesis task contains paraphrasing, summarizing, and citing, all in one, in an hour and a half. However, this can be broken down into 3 different classes depending on whether on the level of the students. So students who have not done any paraphrasing or any academic writing before could be taught in 3 different classes, focusing on paraphrasing in one class specifically, then summarizing, and then citing. So these could be 3 separate classes if they have done some academic writing. So this could be used as a reminder, a summary of how to avoid plagiarism. So relatively flexible, but generally they're aimed at bachelor students, and especially first, second year students, this level.
Okay, thank you very
Yeah,
much for this
Thank you.
answer.
Yes.
Well, Goni, it's 3:15, so I think that you can actually either sum up or ask about questions or.
Yes, I would like some. Shall we talk with somebody from each group to talk about the lesson plan? Would that
Just a
be
moment. I think that the time is over. So do you think that we need some more time for discussion in groups, or can we continue? Do you need some more time, or do you think that we can continue? Okay, Goni. So, well, we finished, and well, you can either sum up or ask about the questions, or you can continue actually.
I think it would be a good idea to talk about to receive some very general feedback about the lesson plans. So if a person from each group would like to tell us something about them.
Oh, me. Greetings to everyone. My name is Olga. I'm from Ukraine. I'm actually not the part of batch project. I'm just getting acquainted with this, but here I represent also Igor Sikorsky Kyiv Polytechnic Institute, and we have there also the departments which teach ESP to all the engineering students. So we also try to make our Ukrainian engineers more digital and more aware. And some of these methodologies that were discussed and are discussed here are very close to us. And we also tried this approach. We also have some experience, and we will be. Actually, I told Vasha and others that we would be happy to disseminate further the results of batch if you let us do this. So we we strongly support these and are ready to disseminate and promote these ideas further at the level of Ukrainian universities. So that's short presentation. I'm sorry because I was given microphone. So yeah. As for the tasks, we had the information about pitching, and the tasks are really nice. And but there are some maybe controversial things that it would be good to discuss, that maybe it would be good to divide it into this bulk of tasks into several classes. And yeah, it's too long for one class. Let's say by the 100 writing of 100 words would be a good home assignment. And then
Yes.
after this to introduce and to rehearse and then go with others other tasks. And then about the second part of pitching, where the personal branding and the product and sales pitch, we just discussed that maybe it would be good to clarify this task because it's not so clear where what to show, do students need to show, because it's either to brand themselves, to show themselves as a brand. My name is branding, and yeah, you can invest in me, or just I'm looking for investor into my products. So what do they need to present? So
Yes.
that's maybe also
what they have to do. But maybe you should go, maybe they can choose being just becoming interested by the company they are belonging to, or maybe a specific product. But you have to specify, because it's not really clear the activity.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it's too long, of course. So we had, at least we divided in 2 sessions. The one they have to do.
Okay. I want to say something. If you have finished,
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Very, very useful. Thank you for doing this and for these very useful comments, and for sharing your material as well from the Ukrainian universities. It's very, very nice to
It will
share
be
that
pleasure.
material. Very good. So, something about, well, the length of these lesson plans and the worksheets are very, very flexible, because as I said, it really depends on the level of students. So I agree that this is far too long for one class, but the idea is to sort of put in as much as we can in order for teachers to be able to take them and extend them depending on the year, depending on the experience the students have. For example, my students are not exposed to such material, so I would teach this material in maybe 2 or 3 classes even. So it's a sort of, how would I call it? A placeholder, maybe that's not the right word, but something, an initiating point that can help teachers to sort of think.
May I say something? Right. Yes, I agree with you, because I use pitching with my students. I'm the business school, so they are really interested in doing something like this. And I do it in the graduate students are already preparing a master, or master students. So I do different activities according to the level, of course, and they are interested in this. And I can just send you some of the ideas that we do related to this, because there are some activities that you can include in this. Because
this would be great.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. Yes, because we can
just spending a lot of time just doing the definition of pitch. Maybe you can help them suggesting ideas, and they choose which is the best definition of pitching according to the explanation, instead of looking at the website. And they do much more, because then they read the information that you focus on the topic easier than if you just give them time for looking at the website and they start checking the email or doing another thing. So if you just give them something that you have to deal with, this is the definition, which are the problems, or what you should include in the pitching, and they have to choose. And I have an activity that maybe it can help you, so I will send it to you.
Excellent, Christina. Thank you very much. This is really good. Yes, this is really good. Thank you. Good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but thank you. And just to say again, to stop with the good note, also what we said, Olga said, we found it's really in the beginning really clear, good structured, so that they knew exactly what they had to do. So we like that really. Okay, who's next?
Okay, good.
Hello, Gunny, it's Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. Hello.
Hello.
Good to hear you.
Our group looked at abstracts, and we've actually emailed you the feedback, so I won't say too much now. Other than to say that we liked very much the questioning, but we felt that the students would get much more out of the activity if they had read a text beforehand rather than during the activity.
If they had read, you mean if they were given?
If they had read the abstracts beforehand.
Yes.
And also maybe there was a concern that many bachelor students won't have read an academic article before, that maybe they could have read an article beforehand, and they would then come into the discussion with a little more background knowledge. I felt that as a teacher, as I went through the exercises, I felt that you're asking exactly the right questions.
Okay, good.
I did wonder how much the students would know beforehand, how much they would know about abstract writing.
This is a good question.
You know more about that than me.
Yeah, I mean, in the lesson plan, what I've done is to actually make it really, really detailed, so that teachers can sort of given them the structure, some theory, so that the teachers can take it and perhaps come up with other activities if their students are not very familiar, which is going to be the case with first or second year students. So yeah, how do you feel about this idea of these lesson plans being relatively general, because they are not, and I don't think they should be aimed at this level, these students, they should contain more material so that they should apply to more students, don't you think?
I think so, but the feedback that we've had in the conference over the last 2 days is that's not how everybody feels, that there are teachers that would prefer
Yeah,
material
sure.
that is for a specific kind of year group or
Absolutely.
a specific course. But I agree with you personally.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Very good. Thanks.
Hello, this is Nuala. I think
Hello,
we may have
Nuala.
spoken before at the online conference last year about
We did.
writing. I was
Yes.
congratulating you on your website. So we had a look then at the synthesis worksheet.
Good. Okay.
And I think it's pretty clear the instructions and what the students would be doing. I think I'd go along with what's been said before, that probably with this you'd want to spend longer on it. So,
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
with the summarizing probably would be in a separate lesson at least. We weren't quite sure actually if this would be prefaced by some material to show paraphrasing, because in your criteria you mentioned it says explain the best way to paraphrase, and you mentioned synonyms and changing word order, etc. But I'm wondering whether it would be better to actually show an example, and before the students had to recognize within the more technical text something more general first, perhaps.
I agree
and then,
with you.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then they would know what they're looking for.
Yes, absolutely.
Because we were looking at it thinking, well, it's quite technical, and we were having a few problems.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. And what they work hand in hand with the lesson plans, and because we have examples of those in the plagiarism section, what synonyms means, word order means, and so on. So the lesson plan points the teacher to that part of the website where which the teacher can use in class before students are introduced to this. The teacher can show them what they mean, and then the students are going to do the task.
Great, that's exactly what we were thinking of.
It's a very good point. Yes, exactly. Good.
And I think that's it really. Was there anything else? No. I think that was mainly it, but certainly it's pretty straightforward, and something that, you know, we would normally use in class, the group work or the pair work and the peer work, etc.
Okay, thank you. Good.
So thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Okay, Goni. So I guess that's all. Thank you very much once again for providing us firstly a short presentation and then the workshops, right? So thank you very much once again. I think that I'm telling on behalf of the whole group.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much
really
for everything.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Really good to see you too. And thank you very much for the feedback and for doing these tasks. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Yes, and well, now 10 minutes of technical break, and then we'll continue with plenary, right?
So, okay. Oh, nice.